I decided to fiddle around with this guy, and I found something that I just absolutely have to share with you guys. So I mentioned that because of his 99 speed, his left trigger is exceptionally good. When you tap left trigger, he stops really fast, right? So if you do the behind the back out of that, he almost, you can get him to stop on a dime and go the other way, like the old behind the back. You see that? So I would say that's actually probably one of the strongest raw dribble moves in the game. You see that? See how he like immediately kind of stops and goes the other way? Something you definitely want to practice, but that's really strong. All right, so I'll explain to you guys how I'm doing that. I'm just doing the regular behind the back, which is you're holding right trigger, you're pressing opposite the ball hand, backwards diagonal, so off hand, down diagonal for that. And then you're interrupting that animation by pressing left stick, off ball hand, forward diagonal. And so you're doing this, and then interrupting it with that directional movement. All right? And the timing, I mean, there's a lot of timings you can use. There's a pretty good big window, but I do it 1-2. You know, so that's the dribble you get if you don't keep going. 1-2. And if you just hold the dribble, he does the full behind the back. So you're doing that, and then it's relative. The one thing about that dribble that changes is like the way you face the basket. The right stick is always the same, but the left stick will change. So if you do the same direction there, you'll get a momentum dribble. So you have to do it more like, I guess, from this direction it would be 7 o'clock. If you're standing over here, you want to hit 7 o'clock on the left stick, and that'll give you the behind the back from that direction. Whereas over here, you're going to press, if the ball's in the right hand, you're going to press 11 o'clock on the left stick, and so on and so forth. If you're over here, it's probably, what, 1 o'clock? No, that's going to give you momentum. That's going to give you a whoop-dee. I actually don't usually do it this direction from over here. I don't know what it would be over here. I'd have to find it. But either way, just wherever you're doing it, moving around the court, as soon as you get off of this angle right here, like if you're generally in front of the basket, it'll be, 11 o'clock if it's in your right hand and 2 o'clock if it's in your left hand, 1 or 2 o'clock. But the moment you are to the side, that's when it changes directions. So anyway, you're just doing that very quickly. As soon as he stops, like as soon as you see him start to stop, you can input the dribble, and he'll reverse course and go the other way. You see that? How he like stops there, like a part character, like almost like pre-patch. Like he almost has a pre-patch behind the back, to be totally honest with you. All right, so I almost don't even know if I should be sharing this, because this definitely is going to make Westbrook users more toxic. That's for sure. But I wouldn't be honest with the content of the channel if I didn't share this with you guys. So yeah, I do think this elevates him a little bit, because that's an entirely different tool. He can almost play the old style of game in the way that no one else can. And it's really hard to keep track of, to be honest with you. Like, it really does look like he's going the other way. Now, it is not the easiest thing in the world to execute. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's definitely, more for advanced dribblers, I would say, just because of the time. You have to do it in a quick window. When you're standing still like this, or you do it out of the momentum, you kind of have all day to set yourself up for it. Even off of a standard left trigger dribble, like where you're going to really wait for him to stop. But if you're going to do it to kind of catch him like right on that frame when he slows down and stops, you have to be really comfortable executing the move. That having been said, I do think it's a phenomenal move. That's not a change of direction that a lot of people have access to. And if you are a user of Westbrook and you want to maximize him, I do highly recommend you get a handle on that. His tap left trigger behind the back cheese there, because it's really, really strong. All right, just wanted to show you guys that move real quick because I found it, and if you do it at the right timing, he really like completely reverses course. He doesn't slow down at all. He just kind of stops moving and immediately goes in the other direction. And for people who are really good at dribbling, that's going to be very strong. And you can see there, he just kind of moves glitchy. Again, I still have him behind Dwayne Wade on my personal list, but if people had him ahead of Wade, there's reasons to have him ahead of Wade. Beyond just the dimer and the pick dodger being a Hall of Fame, he's got a lot of tools. He's a very deep character. He is bigger than his badges are. Although there is one negative I didn't mention about him, he doesn't have Deadeye. So if you're not getting wide open shots with him, that might be a problem for you. I do think he's a card that can get wide open shots, so I don't see it as a problem. Both in Park, Rec, and Pro-Am, and my team, I've never personally had Deadeye be the difference maker between a batch. But, you know, this is an information channel, so that's more information. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one, and peace.